Hey everybody! Hi! Welcome back to my studio. I'm doing another acrylic pouring technique for you today. And actually today I'm doing a bit of an experiment. It's getting late in the game in my 31 paintings for the New Year series. I'm basically at the end, and I discovered this new technique that I just had to try out. It's called a transfer swipe. Now, a transfer swipe is a lot like a dustpan pour in that you have a design that's made and you are laying it out onto a cleaner surface. So with a dustpan pour, you have some kind of a dustpan and you make a layered stacked puddle, and then you spread it out, usually onto a bare canvas. With a transfer swipe, usually this is done with a bloom recipe, where you've got the pillow paint of the house paint, and you have all your paints mixed very thick, and you have the cell activator and all of that. And then what you do is you make like a painting almost on another surface, and then you scoop it up and lay it out onto your canvas. So the canvas already has a base coat, and you're adding the design, and it's very much like a ribbon pour, but more controlled. So I want to try it today, but I'm not using the bloom recipe. I'm not using house paint. All of my paint is mixed basically in my normal way, but thicker. So instead of being mixed 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, it's more like 1 part paint to 1 part Floetrol, and then only a little bit of water if needed. So my base coat is pretty thick here. My paints are mixed either medium thick to thick. So anyway, so I've got my earth tones colors. I have burnt umber, green oxide, metallic copper, metallic gold, and then white for my base coat. So I'm going to start by making my design here. So I'm going to put out a little bit of base coat. Whoops. Okay, let's layer these paints on top. So I mix my paint thick because I want to be able to pick it up easily. Most people use like a playing card, so this is an extra card from a card game. I also have these little like kitchen scoops in case my paint is too runny and I need something with sides to be able to pick it up. So I have both of those. I'm going to try with the cards first, and that's why I have mixed my paint pretty thick. So let me move my colors out of the way here. So then the next step is to kind of swipe this to get it to combine, so that instead of having this messy ribbony effect, which maybe you want that, but I'd like something a little bit more muted and subtle and blended. So I'm going to use a palette knife to swipe that, and I could just swipe across with these colors. I'm going to try using a little bit of my Amsterdam paint and water cell activator. I don't think it's got a little speck of dried paint here. I don't think my cell activator is going to do anything on these paints because these are mixed with Floetrol, but it never hurts to experiment. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this paint on the back. And then I'm going to use that to swipe. Well, would you look at that? I'm getting some cells popping up. That's awesome. Let me get this set up, and I'm going to do one more swipe across here just to get all my colors blended a bit. And then I'll move on to the canvas itself. So I'm just adding a little bit of this cell activator. It's just Amsterdam titanium white mixed with water. This is the cheap hack for a cell activator. If you don't have enough money to buy Australian Floetrol, you can just use Amsterdam paint and water, and it works pretty well. I don't think it's quite as magical as the Australian Floetrol, but as you can see, it's making some beautiful cells and lacing there. I mean, look at that. I can't tilt it too much, but pretty, so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and put my base coat. So this is my regular American Floetrol mixed paint, and I'm going to spread out a base layer of that. And this is thicker than my normal base coat paint. It's because I'm trying to replicate the bloom effect, but using more my typical paint mixture. So I'm spreading it out to the edges. I especially want to get the corners because those are going to be harder to cover. And you wouldn't have to do this on a spinner. The spinner just helps make more a cleaner stretched effect. You could easily just tilt this out by hand if you don't have a spinner. Okay, here's the exciting part. So I'm going to start with the card. Oh man, these cells, it's like it's too pretty. I just want to leave it there. But no, I have to do the painting. So I'm going to just take this card and slide it under this paint to scoop up a bunch of it, and then spread it out. Well, my ribbon has a hole in it. That's unfortunate. What am I going to do about that? I think I'm going to scoop that up, pretend it never happened. Okay, and I can do touching up with a brush after the painting is dry too, but I don't want to give myself more work than I need to. Let me scoop up some more of this paint. Okay, so I got a nice kind of ribbon effect there by moving it up and down. I think I'm going to add one more pass. And then we'll spin it out. Okay. So we got another kind of nice ribbony design there. And it totally worked picking it up with a card. I didn't have to use my scoops here. Okay, let me move this out of the way, because I'll save the rest of this for paint skins. And then we'll spin this. I'm going to add a little bit more white, the white base here, because I want this corner to go off. Well, I got the corner off. That's good. This is a super interesting effect. I mean, it's just wild. I want to try to even out some of these lines. This second pass that I made, the corners are just very sharp. So I'm going to take a straw and see if I can just even out some of these corners so that they're rounder. Okay, that one looks better now. Sometimes it helps to just add a little bit of the extra paint and then also blow. That way you're getting double power. Okay, I think I'm going to give this one more spin and then call it good. Very cool. I have no idea which way would be up, you know, since I crossed 3 times, but I can see the metallics shining. It's going to be really neat. So yeah, I think I'm done with this. The last thing that I need to do is to just scoop up some of the white paint with your finger and make sure all the sides get covered, because it didn't actually cover all the way down. Okay, my sides are all covered, and I'll take you in for a close-up. All right. I think this is the orientation that I find the most aesthetically pleasing. Anyway, check this out. So we still have some of the cells, the lacing that we got from the original kind of puddle that we made. But then by stretching it out, it turned into this amazing ribbon effect. I do really like the areas where it got folded over. It makes it look very three-dimensional. And those metallics, you can see them starting to shimmer already, the copper and the gold. So that's going to be amazing when it's dry. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you try your own transfer swipe, especially now that I've proved that you don't have to use a bloom recipe for it. You can use regular craft paint, Floetrol, water, and you can still have great effects. Thanks for watching. I hope you check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time.